is a way, some way. You can find more information at my website, freddybell.com.
And then I have the segment. You'll have to just mentally see
Well,
that.
that's going to do it for us this week. What a show with Leibel Sternbach in talking about finance and retirement. We also had lifestyle information and also the news from the week. We'll come back next week with our weekend show, the first weekend in July, as summer is really heating up across the nation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling. Thank you for making us a part of your weekend. And for everyone who's been a part of this one, this is Freddie Bell saying that every day is a chance for a new beginning. Thanks for joining us.
No matter if you're eating out or cooking something at home, eatlocalminnesota.com has you covered with a list of locally owned restaurants and food purveyors. Locally owned Vinaigrette has been offering the finest olive oil and vinegar since 2009. Reintroduce yourself to all the many flavors by tasting before you buy. From darker white balsamic to cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil from all over the world, there is something for everyone. Vinaigrette, located at 50th and Xerxes in Minneapolis, or at vinaigrettemn.com. The Park Tavern is your go-to destination for fun. Enjoy the fantastic food like their pizzas, burgers, and sandwiches, the best bowling in Minnesota, their wildly popular outdoor patio, great drink specials, all the big games on their numerous screens, and it's the perfect place for your next private event, even large gatherings for over 200. The Park Tavern is your go-to destination for everyone. Have fun at the Park Tavern, Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park.
Your radio station for The Resistance, The David Pakman Show, weekdays at 2 p.m. on AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
I'm Rick Smith, and this is Labor History in 2. On this day in labor history, the year was 1877. It became known in Pennsylvania labor history as the Day of the Rope. 20 Irish miners were hung for allegedly belonging to a secret group of labor radicals known as the Molly Maguires. The Mollies trace their history back to Ireland in the 1840s. The story goes that an Irish woman by that name stood up to the English landlords. Men fighting for Irish rights would declare themselves Sons of Molly Maguire. To what extent this secret organization actually operated in the United States is debatable. Irish workers who came to the United States often faced harsh discrimination. Many job sites would announce, "Irish need not apply." One place they did find work was in the often dangerous Pennsylvania coal mines in Schuylkill County. Franklin Goins, president of the Reading Railroad, controlled the mines in the 1870s. In late 1874, he announced a wage cut of 20%. The miners went out on strike. During the strike, the Mollies were accused of sabotaging the mines and even murdering mine supervisors. The mine operators quickly blamed any act of violence in the region on the Molly Maguires. Determined to infiltrate the Mollies, Goen hired the notorious Pinkerton detectives. The Pinkertons sent in Irish-American James McParland under an alias to attempt to join the group. Based on his testimony, 20 miners were hung for murder. They were found guilty even though much of the testimony presented in the case was inconclusive and contradictory. In 1979, the governor of Pennsylvania posthumously pardoned John Blackjack Kehoe, one of the alleged leaders of the Mollies. In 1970, Sean Connery starred in a movie based on the story. Labor History in 2 brought to you by the Illinois Labor History Society and The Rick Smith Show. For more information, go to laborhistoryin2.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on the Twitters at Labor History in 2.
Last night we put on an epic light show.
Yeah, we did.
The crowd loved us. We love the crowd.
Wait, but there were only 4 people out there.
Yeah, but did you see their 4 faces? All 8 of their eyes lit up brighter than ours. And we're fireflies.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, that one girl, she looked like she'd never seen glow in the dark like this before. And we invented glow in the dark.
Yeah, we invented it.
And we're going to be out here every night rocking out our light show at a forest near you.
Woohoo!
So come check us out.
Check us out.
And bring your kid, all ages show. Oh, but don't bring any of those glass jars because they make us kind of nervous.
Yeah, and I'm super claustrophobic.
Whether you're rocking their world or they're rocking yours, some memories never fade. Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you and discover other cool things to do when you go, like fishing, biking, or even camping. Visit discovertheforest.org.
The Senior Linkage Line is a free statewide service of the Minnesota Board on Aging, helping older Minnesotans and caregivers find answers and connect to services and supports. Questions about Medicare, transportation, looking to move to senior housing, overwhelmed with prescription drug plans? Call the Senior Linkage Line at 800-333-2433 or visit trellisconnects.org, where we help people optimize well-being as they age. That's trellisconnects.org.
Twin Cities Pride is back. We're celebrating the 50th annual Twin Cities Pride on June 25th and 26th in Loring Park in Minneapolis. Food, music, and vendors will be there to support the LGBTQ plus community and, of course, the parade. Pride in Concert is at the Armory this year, featuring Carly Rae Jepsen. That's Saturday, June 25th at 8 p.m. But tickets will go fast, so get them at tcpride.org now. That's tcpride.org.
Tune in for Philosophy Talk, the program that questions everything.
Except your intelligence.
Coming up, the changing face of anti-Semitism.
An old problem with roots that reach back at least to medieval Europe.
But also an ongoing one. The FBI has reported a huge rise in anti-Semitic incidents.
So what's the connection between older ideas about Jews and the hate speech and conspiracy theories of today?
The changing face of anti-Semitism. Next time on Philosophy Talk.
Philosophy Talk, every Sunday at 8 a.m. on AM 950.
The Park Tavern in St. Louis Park is your summer destination. The patio is amazing, perfect for you and your friends to grab dinner and drinks. Enjoy a game of cornhole while you indulge in the great food. The full Park Tavern menu is available outside. The Park Tavern also has live music on the patio every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even some Mondays through the summer. Reservations are highly recommended. And if the weather does turn, the bowling lanes at the Park Tavern are always open and are spectacular. On Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, the perfect summer is waiting for you at the Park Tavern.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. To avoid gimmicks, call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
Green light. Hey girl. School zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah. Street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girl in Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. I am so grateful to be here with you today, and I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows. We look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, and we are so appreciative of that, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website. And we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and many other podcast and streaming services. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. I want to mention I had the amazing opportunity to MC the annual Minnesota Network of Hospice and Palliative Care Return of the Light Summer Solstice Gathering and Fundraiser. I am so thankful for everyone who participated and attended this amazing event. I want to especially thank Jess Hassauer and Ara Schmidt. They did an amazing job. And if it wasn't for their incredible work to make this event possible, it wouldn't have been as wonderful as it was. Now, both Jess is the executive director at the MNHPC, and Ara Schmidt manages all the marketing side of it, and they just did a great job. We had it at the Summit Manor on Summit Avenue in St. Paul, and the weather was perfect. It was a sold-out event. It was wonderful. We just had a great time there. Now, the Minnesota Network of Hospice and Palliative Care, their mission is to encourage communications about mortality and to prepare for that moment when life changes forever. If they are successful in their mission, and I know they will be, we will no longer hear the phrase, "I wish I would have known sooner." Those are just hard words to hear for those of us that are in the end of life care professions. And so together, we can ensure that everyone has access to the highest quality serious illness and end of life care. Now, if you couldn't attend the event, which you would have really enjoyed, we had some great entertainment throughout the event. But if you still are interested in supporting the mission that MNHPC has, please consider a donation today. You can donate at their website at mnhpc.org. So mnhpc.org, and that's Minnesota Network of Hospice and Palliative Care. And again, we just appreciate all the sponsors that were there supporting the event, and we are so looking forward to doing it again next year. So keep an eye out for next year. Return of the Light is the annual fundraiser for the Minnesota Network of Hospice and Palliative Care. All right. So folks, if you're ready, we're going to be joined here in a few minutes by Susan and Ted Austin. They're owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central. And we're going to be discussing how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for their next season in life. Founded on the belief that the most successful life transitions happen when care and compassion are involved, Caring Transitions provides older adults and their families throughout the United States with the most trusted, respected, and comprehensive downsizing, right-sizing, estate sales and online auctions, and move management transitions and solutions. This is an innovative in-home care service program that helps support older adults in living well at home. Serving the greater Twin Cities region, Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central provides a total solution for your transition needs by developing a customized plan for your specific situation. Whether that involves carefully sorting through years of memories, preparing a house for sale, finding a new senior living accommodations, or liquidating assets through online estate sales and their auction site. So you'll enjoy listening to this. This is very important because I see this throughout the weeks that we are doing end of life care for people. A lot of times they just don't know what to do, where to turn, and this is very important. So this can really make those transitions very successful and stress-free. All right. Before we begin our conversation, I want to remind you there are two ways to get your questions answered today. First, you can ask your questions by calling us on the AM 950 radio phone line, and that is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205, or you can directly text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you miss those numbers, I'll get them to you again throughout the show. And please do not wait until the show's ended, folks. Call or text us during the show. We often receive many of the same questions after the show has ended. So if you have a question, many others do as well. We are looking forward to answering your questions today. All right. I want to welcome my guests for today's show. All right, Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central. Welcome to the show, folks.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon, Ken.
All right, great to have you here. All right, before we begin our conversation, our audience loves to hear a bit about you. a little bit about your background and maybe what started to inspire you into going this direction.
Absolutely. So Ted and I got involved with Caring Transitions really because of our personal experience and dealing with our own parents and the aging process. It's not easy. So in addition to that, we're also a bit of enthusiasts with what I like to call junk lugging, thrift store shopping, a little bit of upcycling, recycling kind of things. So that really wrapped up both of our passions into one business. So we found Caring Transitions franchise and decided to jump all in. So we're incredibly passionate about this business and helping others, really because we are ourselves in that generational space where we have aging parents raising children of our own. And it's not easy when there's a lot for seniors to think about and go through. When it comes to their stuff, it can be incredibly overwhelming. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted, how about your background?
Very, very much mirrors Suzanne, where just dealing with our aging parents, mine particularly loves stuff and just tends to grab and hold on. And every time we go down to visit, it's how do we get rid of some of this stuff? How do we declutter? How do we downsize? How do we remove these things? And it's a challenge. And so just trying to prepare family in getting ready for that final stage and transition of their life. And that was really passionate for us. We wanted to both do something that was intrinsically that offered intrinsic rewards at the end. A hug and a check you can't beat that. So.
Right. No, I know that. I mean, being in healthcare and end of life care, especially, the rewards that the team and I get every time we have a chance to serve somebody is just, it draws you right back into it again. It Absolutely. Just revitalizes you.
Absolutely.
Because you finally found both your vocation and avocation. It's just all you think about is taking care of people that, in many cases really need help.
Absolutely.
And it may not always be there. All right. Time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversations with Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central, to discuss how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for the next season in life. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
The Met Council Housing Redevelopment Authority is adding people to its waiting list for rental assistance. Rent is up to 40% of what you make, and you decide where you want to live. Sign up before June 28th at noon, as 2,000 applicants will be randomly selected for the waiting list. Go to waitlistcheck.com/metro to sign up. That's waitlistcheck.com/metro before Tuesday at noon. Again, waitlistcheck.com/metro.
Now, more than ever, we are being faced daily with the topic of human mortality. And for many people, estate planning has been top of mind. Getting your estate planning done now can be easy and cost-effective. Schroman Law offers virtual options for initial consultations so that new clients can safely initiate the process. With many facing uncertain financial situations, Schroman Law also offers affordable fees for legal documents. Learn more at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
SeniorCommunities.guide is your free online website to find housing, care, and resources for seniors in Minnesota. Use the powerful, award-winning search tool to quickly improve your search. You will have all the information you need to contact providers directly without any hassle. Start your search now at SeniorCommunities.guide and follow us on Facebook for interesting articles, helpful advice, and how older adults are changing the world.
SeniorCommunities.guide. Crooner's Supper Club is back after an exciting renovation. Enjoy a delicious dinner, fabulous cocktails, and music from top-name local and national artists in the newly renovated Crooners, with its new dining room and bar, Maggie's Lounge, expanded seating in the main stage, and updated COVID safety measures. Located just north of 694 off Highway 65, make your next night out with Crooner's Supper Club, a little piece of old-school nightlife in the 21st century. More at croonersmn.com.
Taking prescription medication should not be a scary task. The staff at St. Paul Corner Drug makes certain you know everything about your prescription medication before you leave the pharmacy. Knowing what to expect and when and how to take your prescriptions gives you the confidence to safely take your medication and maintain good health. Should additional questions arise, we are here to help sort things out. St. Paul Corner Drug, pharmacy the way it should be, at stpaulcornerdrug.com.
Are your remote workers putting your company at risk? Not sure what steps to take to secure your data? Hi, Mark Sommerfeld from Rymark. The Rymark team is guiding our clients through these difficult times. In fact, demand has been so high, we created an easy-to-follow guide with the 5 steps to securely work from home. It's yours free. Download our 5 steps to securely work from home now at rymarkit.com or call 651-328-8900 for a no-cost how-to discussion.
Okay, gotta keep going. All right, folks, welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about improving your health and quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central, to discuss how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for their next season in life. Now, there's a lot that's been packed into that sentence, and we're going to unpack that throughout the show today. But Caring Transitions provides older adults and their families throughout the U.S. with the most trusted, respected, and comprehensive downsizing, right-sizing, estate sales, and online auctions, as well as move management solutions. If you have a question for us, and I know many of you do about this, because this is something you do kind of once in a lifetime sometimes, please give us a call, 952-946-6205. Dan will answer the phone and get your question on the air. Once again, that number is 952-946-6205, or you can always text us your questions directly at 612-999-3426. Now, we should let the listeners know how to get a hold of you guys if they have more questions, which I know they do. Suzanne, what is the best way to get a hold of you guys if they have questions or want more information?
Absolutely. The best way to get a hold of us is by calling us at 651-504-4040. Again, that's 651-504-4040.
All right.
There's no time restrictions on that either.
Yeah.
That's a 24-hour line.
Oh, nice.
Emergencies happen anytime in the evening, and that's a 24-hour line.
Excellent. No, that's fantastic. And another thing to make sure, even though this service that you guys are a part of is nationwide, you guys are local here.
That's right.
You know the Twin Cities, you understand the Twin Cities market, and so again, you're really working with local people. I mean, and that's just what this show really likes to bring in, is local people serving our local communities. So, all right, well, it's great to have you here. Second segment here, I do want to start talking about a little bit of some of the services that you guys have, because as I listed on the first segment, there's just so many different things that goes into this, and I've been involved with hospice here for years and years and years, and so much of life's transitions. Our people are unprepared, first of all, and that's what creates a crisis. And let's talk about some of the services you have and you offer to your clients, and we can explore that both this segment and the next segment.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's cool about Caring Transitions is that it's the total solution package, as you mentioned in the beginning. So we are providing services from the full spectrum of transition needs. It could be as simple as, let me sort and organize a little bit of my stuff where I am right now. Let me downsize where I am so that I can create some more space to age in place. Maybe I'm ready to transition into independent, or maybe you require some assisted living, and then we can physically pack up all your items. It takes a lot of endurance to go through the packing process. We'll physically relocate those items to the new place you're wanting to go. We'll unpack those items, resettle you. We'll provide an estate sale, whether that be an in-person estate sale or an online estate sale. We provide that option as well. We also do some space planning. So sometimes, we've been living in a home for 30 years, and how do you set up a new space that's, half the square footage that you're used to? So we can space plan with your current items in the home. You don't have to refurnish a brand new, furniture. You can take what you have with you, but how do we fit it in a way that makes sense into your new space? So that kind of covers a brief overview of the services.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we find that people really are reluctant to even begin the process. And as we talked off the air, what we see happen so many times is somebody has an event, they have a fall, a condition occurs in their health or in their life, and they have to move. It's not something they can think about. It's right there in front of them. And so the problem is that now they're dealing with a broken hip and the recovery and the therapy and just the whole process there. At the same time, recognizing or having to face the reality that they may not be able to go back to their home that they've been in for 30, 40, 50 years. They may have been born in that house, some of the people, and it is so hard emotionally to comprehend and make that understanding that I have to move at this point because there's so much security in the memories and just the living environment that they've been in for so long. How do you guys approach those conversations? And I'll tell you what's really tough too, we found, is that it's tough to children, put the burden on the children trying to convince mom or dad or both that, hey, it's time to find better accommodations or assisted accommodations where, we can't always be there. Yeah. So how do you guys help with that conversation that the children usually are really for? Because they're the ones that are running over there, and trying to solve problems and mow the lawn and take care of the driveway and all that. How do you handle those conversations though? Because they're very emotional. They're very sensitive conversations.
They are very sensitive conversations. And I think Ted can speak to a specific example that of a client who had a situation just like that, where their parent, whose spouse had passed away, so they were living on their own. And they reached a point where they really did have to transition into memory care. They were no longer able to care in their single family home. The kids had been going there for over a year, doing the lawn mowing, doing the cleaning, and doing the upkeep. And the mom can be or dad very reluctant. And those conversations, we approach with the absolute highest level of compassion and care, because no child, and by child I mean like grown adult
child
ever says, I am so excited to for my parent to transition into a senior care community. It's one of the most difficult decisions that a family does just sometimes have to make. So Ted, I don't know if you want to speak a bit on that.
Yeah, we like to address this first with just reducing stress. So within the relocation itself, there's RSS, or relocation stress syndrome, and it's very real. It's for our actual client that needs to leave their home, which can create negative health results immediately. So what we want to do is try to reduce stress with the family, and then the stress that's added onto these adult children's plates immediately. Well, mom can't go back home. Well, how do we address this? So let's first just discuss what is the situation. Where does she need to go? Then we can help with outlets for outreach. Second, well, what do we do with the stuff? Let's talk about what mom or dad needs now. We can go back, we can bring more things, but what are the most essential things? Because sometimes they're released from the hospital if they don't have a place to go. It's very costly to keep them there another night. And although our clients may not be aware, but the adult children are aware of this cost. And so it all starts with a phone call, and then let's just talk through it. Let's figure out what is the best method. what is the end goal? Are we trying to, at the end, after we move, are we selling the home? And a lot of times with the estate sale portion and our CT online auction, that allows the items that are in the home to actually pay for the relocation services that we provide. So sometimes we're, well, how much is this going to cost? Like, that's the extra stress. Well, let's talk about an estate sale. Let's talk about an online auction. And these things can alleviate or offset those costs. So
yeah, well, I think one of the things that happens that we see is just the shock that there's going to be a significant life change.
Yep.
And as many of us know, a move is one of the top stressors in life. Yeah. I mean, death, divorce, job issues, and then of course moves. So it's one of the top 4 or 5 issues of stress. And so you've got maybe a vulnerable adult or someone who is struggling with things, again, having a broken hip or having some major life issue health-wise, and then having to deal with all the issues about, again, 80, 70, 80, 90 years worth of memories and things. What do we do with that? I mean, it's not an overnight solution, but you guys can be great at helping them walk through that process. So we're going to talk more about this. It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central. And we're going to discuss how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for the next season in life. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Now, more than ever, we are being faced daily with the topic of human mortality. And for many people, estate planning has been top of mind. Getting your estate planning done now can be easy and cost-effective. Schroman Law offers virtual options for initial consultations so that new clients can safely initiate the process. With many facing uncertain financial situations, Schroman Law also offers affordable fees for legal documents. Learn more at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
SeniorCommunities.guide is your free online website to find housing, care, and resources for seniors in Minnesota. Use the powerful, award-winning search tool to quickly improve your search. You will have all the information you need to contact providers directly without any hassle. Start your search now at SeniorCommunities.guide and follow us on Facebook for interesting articles, helpful advice, and how older adults are changing the world.
SeniorCommunities.guide. Hey everybody, this is Gregory Rich, founder of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style. Say, I'm willing to bet that you're hearing this in your car and there's a good chance that you're heading home. If that's the case, let me ask you, are you looking forward to getting there? Is your home a place that energizes? Well, if it isn't, it might be time for a furnishings refresh. Think about it. We've all spent a lot of time at home over the past couple of years, and maybe you need more than just a new sofa. Why not have a skilled, professional, tasteful interior designer from Habitation help you create a space that is exceptional? Whether it's your family room, living room, bedroom, or even home workspace, Habitation can help you create an environment that is exactly what you've always wanted. Habitation Furnishing and Design, located at the District Edina, 7777 Washington Avenue South, and online at habitationdesign.com.
Matt McNeil here. I've said it before. I will always drive a Toyota Sienna. In my mind, it's the best vehicle available. Whether I'm driving across town or across the country, there's no vehicle that makes long drives easier. The Toyota Sienna is the most comfortable car I've ever driven. Roomy, space for the whole family, even though the kids have gotten bigger. And I can even fit all of our luggage, bikes, and fishing gear in the back. Easy. I stand by Toyotas. They're great vehicles, and the only place I'll buy one is Rudy Luther Toyota, 5 miles west of Minneapolis on 394.
Seward Co-op is now offering convenient self-serve and prepackaged hot options and salad bars at both the Franklin and Friendship stores. Breakfast items available daily until 11 a.m. and brunch served all day every Sunday. Their weekly lunch and dinner menus highlight cuisines from around the world. They offer vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options daily. 95% of the ingredients used are organic from small-scale, local community food producers whenever possible. More at seward.coop.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
This is AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
All right, welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about improving your health and quality of life. Not just you, but your loved ones as well. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in the main studio here at AM 950 is Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central, to discuss how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for the next season in life. Now, Caring Transitions provides older adults and their families throughout the U.S. with the most trusted, respected, and comprehensive downsizing, right-sizing, estate sales, and online auctions, as well as move management solutions. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. Okay, before we return to our conversation, I want to mention this show is brought to you in part by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with innovative and comprehensive end-of-life healthcare. The team at Minnesota Hospice has been providing patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life healthcare services. Hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services to your home with no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the caring team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They're available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, 952-898-1022, or visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. They're standing by right now, folks. If you have a question about end-of-life care, do not hesitate. We don't want to have people say, I wish I would have known sooner. So give them a call. They're there to help you. All right, Suzanne, let's make sure people know how to get hold of you guys. What is your phone number if people have more questions about the wonderful services you guys provide?
Absolutely. So Caring Transitions can be reached 24/7, Monday through Sunday, every day of the week.
Yeah.
651-504-4040. Again, 651-504-4040.
All right, fantastic. And we'll give that number out throughout the show. So if you didn't get it, folks, just wait. We'll give it again. All right. And we've been talking a little bit, the first part of the show here, about kind of the reality of events that happen that kind of create a crisis, and people have to move fast and think fast, and a lot of times mistakes are made and regrets, of how things maybe have transpired because they got to do it right away. You and me, we all want to help people understand it's best to plan for things. The more you plan, the easier those transitions will be, because we're going to have those transitions. Again, we see them, you see them in your business, I see them in my business every week. And so it's so important that people take the time to plan. So let's talk about the benefits of planning.
Yes.
And not having to react to a crisis situation.
Yeah, that is the ideal place to be in, is to have some forethought about your items, your things. What are you going to do with them? Start thinking about, where do I want to transition to? How long do I really want to take care of this home? Do I want to continue to have to handle mowing the lawn and doing all of these things in the home? Or, is it time that I get into, an independent living lifestyle where you have the luxury to focus on the things that you enjoy in life and less on the the physically taxing items. So preparation is everything. How do you begin to prepare? The first step that you can take in preparing is just start downsizing your things, thinking about what do I need? What do I not need? Do I need, you know, 20 hot dishes, hot dish plates.
from your marriage when you yeah from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
wedding
wear the
gifts.
sweater.
Yeah, right. No. But that's hard though, because a lot of times those things are associated with memories.
They are.
And people struggle with getting rid of those things.
Yep.
And then they think the memories are going to go as well.
Yeah. The memories don't go with the things. The memories
Right.
are always with you.
Right.
And so disassociating your feelings from the actual items will free you. And it can be quite liberating to let go of things. So start having these conversations with your children. Start having these conversations with your niece and nephews. Do they want some of these things? Do they need an extra bedroom set? Maybe they're in an upsizing stage in their life where they need to furnish a new home. Start getting rid of some of these things. And then of course, start thinking about where do you want to physically go? And when you're at a place where you're within, 6 months of time to say, hey, I'm ready to downsize. I'm ready to relocate. Give us a call. Let's start mapping through the logistics of the move. You don't have to declutter and sort through your entire home before you're ready to take a next step. And so I know Ted can share a great example of a client who is in that pre-planning stage and exactly what it looks like and how Caring Transitions is able to assist someone who's actively trying to do just that and in a pre-planning way.
Yeah, we'll call them Jane and Joe, and they have reached out, and they have not selected where they're trying to go yet, but they know that they need to sell their home, and the real estate agent is saying you need to stage your home. And how do we do this? You have too much stuff in your home for me to stage it. So how do we create this plan? And Caring Transitions we've been able to come in. We're taking items out of the home. We're moving them we have a warehouse where we can do a warehouse auction that's online. And we're going to sell those items, and selling those items, those proceeds will actually help offset or pay for that small part of that transition. Second part is now we've helped them select the items that they want to take. They know for sure they're taking these items. And then that is part two, is moving those items to their location. And then don't worry about the rest of the items in the house. Those are the things that we are also, so we're going to do another in-home estate sale that's online, an auction, and those proceeds will help offset and pay for that move. So now we're able to provide all of these services for this particular couple without them having to do anything other than put a down payment down.
Right.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. The listeners might want to know, well, how does this online CT bids estate sale work, right?
Right.
I'm so used to people coming into my home and having to, track through and physically touch and feel and see everything. And that still exists, especially here in the Minnesota region, right? But online, the consumer accessibility online is huge, especially after COVID. Everybody, goes online and is getting a lot more comfortable shopping online. And so CT Bids is an online platform where we come into, so the client that Ted was just discussing, we will go into their home. We will set up their home in a way where we can stage the item and photograph it. We photograph it so that we can create a lot. We create a picture for an online person to shop on CT Bids, similar to other online shopping platforms.
Sure.
And then they can purchase these items, these secondhand items, and those proceeds, like Ted was saying, go to help offset the costs of the move.
We have over 500,000 active shoppers on CT Bids. As you mentioned in the beginning, since we are a franchise, CT Bids is short for Caring Transition Bids. And there's over 220 franchises across the nation. And all of these shoppers cross shop. We're going to mark your items as shippable, and we can ship them to whomever purchases these items. So we have a much broader audience. We have done estate sales in person, and we generally get between 500 to 800 people physically walking through the home. But at the same time, sometimes people don't want 500 people walking through my home.
Right.
So,
Right. No, that can be again a stressor for people. And again, how do we do this? But it sounds like you have options, though. People can select what options make sense for them. If they want to have something that's estate and it's in their home, they can do that, or to help that with the online auction process.
There are options, and we'll come in a free consultation here, locally in the Twin Cities, and really help guide you through that process and help understand. Let's take a look at your things and let's see what would be the best sell for you. If you have a lot of smaller shippable items that are very unique, that's something that should go online. It should be accessible to, the close to 500,000 buyer base throughout the nation. And how cool is it that these things that, you're not you're just not interested in bringing to your new residence, give them new life.
Right.
Let someone else enjoy them. And I think that's pretty cool about CT Bids is that we really try to minimize the amount of items that go into our landfill and really give second life to, home possessions that you just don't use anymore.
Right. When we talked off the air, there's value issues that people have to deal with, both unknown value.
Yep.
I mean, there's things people have had or have been handed down to the generations that may have a lot of value attached to them that they may not even realize.
Yeah.
And on the other side of it, that 8-track player that Ted, you're talking about, may not have zero value.
Yeah.
So talk about a little bit about how you guys can help people maybe be aware or understand maybe some of the values that may be in the home and in the possessions of people that are looking to transition.
For sure. That's probably one of the number one questions we get asked when someone calls and says, hey, we're really interested in an estate sale and I'd love to, get your insight. How can I sell these things? Well, how much money can I get for my dining room table?
Right.
How much money can I get for my couch? This is a really amazing sectional that we spent a lot of money on, or this is, so the value is a big question. And I think that that's where having a very clear and open, honest conversation about value and reselling is really important. So we like to say that online, 98% of the items that we list online will sell. All bids do start off at $1, but some will sell for a few hundreds of dollars. It depends on that item. So in the next segment, we can kind of dive into a little bit more on an example regarding reselling. But the value truly is what someone's willing to pay for it.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and a lot of the homes have so many years of stuff it's a lot of work to walk through that. And it's great to have you guys with a full solution to deal with all that. All right, it's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversations with Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions, Twin Cities Central, to discuss how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for the next season in life. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you're listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
The Senior Linkage Line is a free statewide service of the Minnesota Board on Aging, helping older Minnesotans and caregivers find answers and connect to services and supports. Questions about Medicare, transportation, looking to move to senior housing, overwhelmed with prescription drug plans? Call the Senior Linkage Line at 800-333-2433 or visit trellisconnects.org, where we help people optimize well-being as they age. That's trellisconnects.org.
You can't go through a day without hearing about healthcare reform. St. Paul Corner Drug is here to help you navigate the ever-changing healthcare landscape. We are your advocate in getting much-needed prescription medication covered under your insurance plan. Need to choose a different plan? There is no reason to feel like you are drowning in the system. St. Paul Corner Drug can make simple work out of finding you a plan that best suits your needs. You can rest assured at St. Paul Corner Drug, pharmacy the way it should be.
Do yourself a favor and check out the amazing cuisine of eatlocalminnesota.com. More than just a website, eatlocalminnesota.com provides you with the best local and independently owned restaurants in the Twin Cities. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking cuisine, the Great Wall Chinese restaurant has been a local favorite since 1981. They offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include the sesame chicken, imperial beef, and Peking duck. The Great Wall restaurant is located off 45th and France, with takeout available too. More at greatwallrestaurant.us. The next time you're out in South Minneapolis, make Nightingale off 26th and Lyndale your go-to dining option. It's a comfortable neighborhood restaurant that features a delicious menu of American classics, plus a wide drink and cocktail selection. Nightingale has dining room and bar seating available, plus takeout and delivery. Current hours are 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. daily with the full menu until midnight. More at nightingalempls.com.
Hi, this is Chad from AM 950. Snap Construction is arguably the most well-reviewed roofing, siding, window, and insulation contractor in the metro. Ryan is so excited about working with AM 950 and our listeners that he wants to help us grow.
This is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. I was friends with Chad long before I started marketing with him. I was a bit skeptical of radio advertising before Chad convinced us to run ads. The advertising's been so successful, we want to help the station grow. We've absolutely loved working with the listeners of AM 950, and we all know how extremely important this radio station is to the community. To help AM 950 grow this summer, Snap Construction will be putting up proceeds to assist the station in marketing on social media. Snap Construction encourages you to follow, engage, share, and interact on the AM 950 social media platforms. Together, we can all work to ensure AM 950 continues to thrive and grow in our communities. We stand by our work with a lifetime craftsmanship guarantee. For a free estimate or more information on our financing, call 612-333-SNAP or check us out online.
All right, welcome back, folks. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about improving your health and quality of life along with your loved ones. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central. And we're discussing how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for the next season in life. And this is a huge benefit to their adult children when they start working with people like Suzanne and Ted to help that process go smoothly. Now, Caring Transitions provides older adults and their families throughout the U.S. with the most trusted, respected, and comprehensive downsizing, right-sizing, estate sales, and online auctions, as well as move management solutions. So if you have a question for us, folks, last segment, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. All right, Suzanne, how can our listeners get more information or get their questions answered from you guys?
Absolutely. We can be reached 24/7 at 651-504-4040.
Okay, great. We only have a few minutes left here. I want to make sure we keep talking about these solutions that you guys can bring, because you have a warehouse and you have this online auction services and estate sales. What more information could we share with the audience here in the last few minutes of the show?
Yeah, I think it's important just to realize how liberating and how amazing it can be to release, to let go, to allow your items that you've enjoyed for so many years, to allow someone else to enjoy those items. I've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul. So we can't take these things with us, but we can definitely allow someone else to enjoy them. which is a hard part. A lot of these people are a lot of our clients are baby boomers, depression age, where they're ingrained to finish that last piece of frosted flake, to hold on to every single piece because you don't know how you may need to repurpose it or reuse it. But that is not today. This is not in this day and age.
Yeah, well, it's the jar of the bent nails. I remember one of the kids was telling me, Dad had all these jars of bent nails that you never knew when you needed a nail, and he would have it. I mean, he saved, you're right, they saved everything.
And I think it's okay to acknowledge that, that was an important time to save everything. And why spend, your hard-earned money when you can, you have something that you can, still use. But I think you need to examine your drawers and your cabinets one room at a time, one section at a time. Start now, start today. Say 1 hour today, I'm going to go through this kitchen. And I'm going to start just with this one cabinet. How many coffee mugs do I need?
30.
Okay. Let's downsize that. Let's start today. How many plates do you need? When's the last time you entertained? If you have 3 china sets, let's downsize that to 1.
Right.
If you have everyday, plateware, you might only need 1. How many glasses do you need? Right. But taking that time, one room, one section at a time, can be incredibly rewarding. Don't wait until it's too late for your kids to have to make those decisions for you.
Yep.
Okay. Don't wait until a life triggering event happens. We deal with this stuff every single day. You don't know when you're going to have a stroke. You don't know when you're going to have a heart attack. Life happens. Change happens. So if you are able-bodied and able to now take a moment and start examining your things today. If you don't have the time, you don't have the capacity, we can help you with that. Absolutely. It's just, in this show, we wanted to just take a minute to, share with our listeners just the importance of going through your things.
Well, and here's the thing too. I think people look at it and it's just so daunting. It's so overwhelming. But like you said, just take it one drawer. Just do one drawer at a time, little projects, because it'll make the process of decluttering, downsizing, and moving much easier and less costly for them if they do it beforehand. And again, the free consultation with you guys can help set the tone for that. With both the adult children and your clients.
And sometimes you need help making those decisions.
Right.
Having to decide, do I keep, do I donate, do I throw for a few hours is very, very exhausting. And how hard is it to throw away that cute and amazing little, Cheerio design that your grandchild made for you? But we can come in and we're less emotionally attached and can help you facilitate through some of those decisions because, getting rid of things doesn't mean that you don't love them or love the person that gave them to you. It just means that you're ready to move on from that.
Right. And with today's phones and things, you can take pictures of it and you can put a collage, on your TV. And there's so many things you can do to keep those things actually more accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in boxes now and they're stored and you don't even know what's in those boxes. But if you did find the important things, take a photo of it, grab the grandkid when he comes over and have him holding it and take a picture. That's more valuable in my mind to have, I can access real easily than to have something in a box somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and it takes the pressure off the kids too. I think we hear so much about how the adult children struggle with helping their parents try to right size.
Yes.
And it helps to have someone like you guys who are professionals that do it all the time to help with those conversations.
Yes. Yeah, it does definitely help to have a third party involved because these are not easy conversations to have. And, you can always butt heads a bit with your parents. That's kind of a normal thing.
Oh,
so
sure.
when you have a third party that comes in and says, no, Mom, you need to let go of this in order to get to this, fit the items that you do want into your new home.
Right.
Yeah.
Now let's talk quickly. We only got a couple seconds here left, but I know adults are moving into their children's homes. So your service still applies for that, to help with them declutter and change, to even help with the move to their children's home. So, because I know there's sometimes staging that they happen before they go into TCU or before they go into long-term care.
Yeah, we own a moving company as well, so we can actually physically do that move from their home into their
children's home as well.
So
fantastic. All right. We got to get back for another conversation.
We do.
This went by too fast. There's so many other elements I wanted to talk about, but we'll have you back at another time. We're near the end of the show, folks. I want to thank Suzanne and Ted Austin, owner-operators of Caring Transitions Twin Cities Central, for discussing how seniors can proactively downsize and declutter their possessions to prepare for their next season in life. Suzanne, one more time, what's the best number to get a hold of you?
Absolutely. 24/7. We can be reached at 651-504-4040.
All right, folks, we hope you enjoyed today's show. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can always reach us anytime, voice or text 612-999-3426. Please join us again next Saturday at noon for another live broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.
I'm Candy Brothel, publisher of the Twin Cities edition of Natural Awakenings magazine and host of Green Tea Conversations, a new show for people who are on a journey to take responsibility for their health and play a more active role in their family's well-being. Join me every Sunday at 10 a.m. as I interview local experts who share the latest in natural holistic approaches in a fun and informative way. So grab a cup of tea and join the conversation as we awaken to natural health. Visit us at naturaltwincities.com.
Hello, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Now my show will be on Saturdays from 10 to 11 and replayed on Sundays from 1 to 2. You will get to the best of Ellie 2.0 with talking about idealism, with guests who come in and who are idealistic, who are trying to change the world, and you will get me, Super Idealist. Tune in. We can't wait to hear from you, and you'll hear from me Saturdays from 10 to 11.
Hey, Minnesota, it's Brad Friedman, host of the Bradcast. You're listening to AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
I'm Rick Smith, and this is Labor History in 2. On this day in labor history, the year